We out here. Don't just live life, taste life. Listen, learn, lead. Success Loading Podcast. You know what it is. We out here, baby.
Yes, sir.
Today we're talking about it, Sam. Today's a good episode.
Yeah.
Why is it a good episode? Because, you know, Chuck hit me up and he's like, hey, Gus, what are we going to do? What are we going to do this week? I said, this week we need to educate future entrepreneurs and people very interested in starting their own businesses from the ground up. Okay? Now, you being a man of a franchisee, a founder of a very successful business yourself, you are probably the best candidate that I think would lead the right people, anybody, would lead anybody into, you know, just how do you open up a business? It's very simple. It's not as simple as you think.
Well, no. That's the fucking problem.
Would you say, okay, 5 steps. We're going to give you guys 5 valid steps on how to open up a business from the ground up.
Dude, not only am I going to give you fucking 5 steps, right? I'm going to give you the most important fucking steps, right?
There you go.
Anybody can start a business. Very few can make it successful.
Very true.
Let alone efficient.
Well, you know what they say.
There's a lot of efficient businesses out there that aren't successful. So you got to have the right mentality. You got to it's preparation, motivation, and determination.
Preparation, motivation, determination.
Yes.
Preparation, motivation, determination.
Yes.
Remember that, everybody.
Right. So, you know, preparation is key, right? So trial and error.
Yep.
Right.
Always be prepared. There's a philosopher, not to cut you off.
Right.
There's a philosopher, can't remember his name, but he has a quote. Chance favors the prepared mind.
Yeah. Chance favors the prepared mind. Yeah.
Yep. So basically what he's saying is, even if you're lucky, if you're already prepared, that luck is going to work better for you than the next man that's not prepared.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So that's all I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Well, you know, look, it's the problem is people think they know everything. So right away, if you think you know everything and you're going into business for yourself and you think you know everything,
You're the weakest mind.
no.
I think, though. That's how I feel.
It's not only that. It's not only a weak mind. It's not the weakest mind. It is a weak mind. It's a weak mentality.
Yeah.
But you have already failed.
Do me a favor. Put your bottle on this fucking coaster. We just bought these fucking things, and you're not using them. It's upsetting.
Fuck your fucking coaster.
Fucking upsetting
Jesus
me.
fucking Christ.
We just grabbed the poster.
Jesus fucking Christ.
God.
Okay, listen. Can I fucking finish?
Fuck you and your coaster. Yalla, let's go.
How the fuck is somebody gonna fucking listen to this shitty podcast?
Yeah, they're all gonna love it. They're gonna love it. Yalla, let's go.
Listen. No. You have to have an open mind, right? There's so many things that go into preparation and preparing a business for success, right? And one of the most important things that you have to understand is just know that failure is very possible. And some people just don't accept failure. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me about it.
And if you go in with that mentality, then you're going to be depressed because failure is a great thing. It's the secret to success. Yeah. Even though you fail, you know, don't carry it around like a fucking disease.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
And you spoke about that in one of the first episodes, I think, or first or second episode,
right.
Basically. You spoke about it.
But preparation is everything.
Okay.
Before you even invest your money, do your due diligence. Okay?
Word of the day, due diligence.
Whatever the thing it might be. Whether you're buying a business, okay?
Or buying a car.
Or, you know,
We're buying insurance.
Listen.
buying
This is a
fucking
successful
insurance.
business. Okay, we're talking about a successful business. You have to do your homework, do your due diligence. People like to rush into things and start the business because right away they're desperate to make money. Greed will be your worst enemy in every business you start, because you have to have enough money for startup capital, and you want enough money to have the right staff in place to make sure that they follow the actions and protocols for the business to make it efficient. So what I'm saying is,
Let's break the steps down a little bit shorter, just so people, because we're gonna get into a lot more.
right, but this is what it takes.
Okay, exactly.
So you have to listen, learn, and lead. Let me finish to what I was trying to emphasize, because this is important, that they listen, learn, lead. This is our motto here.
Mantra.
Okay? This is our slogan. This is what we live by.
That's
Preparation is everything. Okay? You have to have a business plan. What is plan A, plan B, and plan C? Plan A is to succeed. Plan B is to enforce plan A. And plan C is just in case plan A and plan B fail, you have to have an exit strategy.
Sure.
The exit strategy is very, very important.
Could be a number of different things to an exit strategy. However you want to.
Well, your exit strategy is, if you know you're losing money and you're hemorrhaging money, jump the fucking ship and don't sink with it.
Yep.
Okay?
Exactly.
Don't do it.
I've had to do that one time in my life, to where I was in an endeavor for a very, very, very long time. That endeavor, I started to see the market shift. So after doing this for 10 years, this same business, I saw something. I saw that the market was dipping. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I was in a grow operation. I was growing medical marijuana. I was going to tell everybody exactly what makes a great businessman a great businessman. Because a good businessman and a great entrepreneur knows when to walk away. So if you don't know when to walk away,
he has to have the ability to walk away. And that's why I said that failure, people are scared. They're afraid.
Exactly.
They got people watching them. Yep. They care too much about what other people think.
Yes, they do. That's one thing I've never had a problem with.
But this is not, this is, life is a marathon.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep.
You have to,
sustain.
It's not a race, it's a marathon. What I'm trying to say is, it's like a movie. The opening credits, the guy loses. Everybody's laughing at him, right? And then in the end of the movie, he wins.
He wins.
Right?
Yep.
So nobody's laughing at him now. Be that fucking movie.
Exactly.
Don't be the movie that everybody's proud of in the beginning, and then when you die, they're laughing at you.
Exactly.
Right? Listen.
Don't be like the end of The Sopranos.
People care too much about what people think. And don't get into business for all the wrong reasons, because greed will kill you, right? And furthermore, it won't just kill you, okay? It will make you a different person. It will hinder your brain, and it'll make you forget the person that you were before you had money, right?
Oh, man, I've seen that happen before.
It happens because people forget God. People forget that God is responsible for your success.
For real.
Okay? And
very much.
And here's another thing. If and when you do succeed in your business and things are working out, things don't always work out through the longevity of your business. Everything has an expiration date.
For sure.
You can make money for 5 years. You can also spend all your money in 5 years. So a lot of people just don't save their money. They think that this money is going to roll in forever, right?
Yep.
And, here's another important things that an entrepreneur has to embrace and understand. You got to ask yourself 2 questions. Do you want to be rich, or do you want to appear to be rich?
Yep.
Okay? So you see a lot of people, they're spending more than they make. And from the outside looking in, the reason why they're doing that is because they want other people to see them on a high horse, being successful, having all this fucking money, and just, they look at him and they say, man, how much money is this guy really making? It's smoke and mirrors. So they want to act.
They do a reverse fake it till you make it, is what you're saying. So
well, not fake it till you make it. They might be being successful, but they're taking their success to a whole nother level where they're living beyond their needs.
Exactly.
So they're buying all these, expensive cars, and they live in an expensive house, and all their bills, all their money that they're making is going to bills and payments and loans and credit card debt. And before you know it, it's an image that it becomes addictive.
Yes.
It becomes addictive, and people start to, they can't get themselves out of this hole that they created for themselves. So what do? People just continue to compliment them and say, hey, this and that. So yeah. While on the other hand, your W-2s and your tax returns show growth, and they show a healthy income.
Yep.
But your debt to ratio is like you're spending more than you're making.
Yep.
So basically, a guy that's making $30,000 a year has extra funds for himself more than the guy that's making $200,000 a year. So it's called going broke, acting rich. It's a disease.
Yeah.
It's a disease.
Acting rich. I know a lot of motherfuckers
You know why?
that are
You know
like
why?
that.
I'm going to tell you why. Because you got your shoppers at Saks Fifth Avenue.
Yep.
They call you up and they say, hey, I thought I'd call you first because I know you're a boss. I got a sale going on.
Louis Vuitton.
I got Louis Vuitton, Chanel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they hype you up and they say, hey, you know what? Here's my credit card. And they're paying the fucking minimum fucking payment every fucking month.
Yep.
And they're not getting anywhere because then that minimum payment becomes an every month, it becomes a monthly payment.
Yep.
Automatic. And you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just, you have to be careful because
as long as you stay under 30% credit card usage, you're going to be fine credit card wise. Now, I'm not recommending nor do I condone anyone carrying a balance unless they absolutely have to. But if you are going to carry a balance, make sure
I suggest you don't ever carry a balance, period.
Yeah, I agree.
You pay it off at the end of the fucking month so the interest doesn't incur.
I agree. But Sam, not everybody
understand.
can handle or do that. So we're talking
right, but we're trying to emphasize that on our listeners here.
That's true.
Okay?
Yes.
So
yes.
we're not we don't care about 30%.
That's true, but hold on. Hold the fuck on here. Not everybody can knock out that balance. So what I'm saying is, if you fucking have to carry a fucking balance, you keep that shit under 30% credit card utilization across everything. If you have to, if you got to carry a balance.
So you're telling me, so hold on.
Okay.
You're telling me we have a successful podcast right now. And if you have a $50,000 credit limit,
yep.
You're telling me that they should be $15,000 balance?
I'm not saying anything.
You're saying 30%.
I'm saying.
But they will hold you to it. Your listeners will hold you to it.
Yes.
Right.
It's healthy if you have to. I don't recommend carrying any balances.
This is a successful podcast
yes.
about success.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So we're not telling them to carry debt. we're telling them
I don't want to carry. I'm not saying
what
that.
we're saying.
What we're saying.
Credit cards are bad.
Credit cards are bad.
Yeah,
they are.
Period.
Bad. Period.
You want to use it? Use one. I have one fucking card.
Agreed.
I pay it off at the end of every month.
Agreed.
That's for my spending money.
That's true.
Okay.
But you have more passive income than I think most people do.
I understand, but we got into this discussion,
yes,
sir.
Yes, to start a business.
How to
start a business.
And I'm telling you what happens with people as humans, as us, as human errors, right?
Yep.
What we do to our businesses, whether it be a successful one or a failure.
Yep.
There's a way that you can fail a successful business.
That's true.
So what
don't carry on credit card. Fuck a credit card, that's it, period.
Look, you have a successful business, right?
Yes.
Save your money and then spend.
Yes.
Okay? That's why preparation, I talked about preparation.
Yep.
I talked about motivation, and I talked about determination.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Now let's mosey on over to actual breaking down the steps. I want to ask. I want to tell everybody and lead everybody to the right way on how open up a business. First step, what do? First thing you do when you open up a business.
Is this before or after you open up the business?
This is you have an idea, boom. You have the business
put it on
idea,
paper.
You put it on paper.
You need a business plan.
You need a business plan. So
yes.
the first thing you do,
yes,
you open up an LLC.
No. You get together your business plan. Because if the business plan doesn't make sense, you don't need the fucking LLC.
Well, yes, of course.
Right.
After the
so
business
the first thing is the business plan.
Okay, there you go. Business plan. What does that entail?
Whatever the union or business that you have started to want to open up. Let's just say a lemonade stand.
Okay.
Or a restaurant.
Sure.
Or,
let's just, for example...
a food truck.
For example,
right?
let's just say a fucking car wash. Just for an example.
A car wash.
Say you want to open up a car wash.
You need to have a business plan. The business plan inside, it has the positives and negatives of the business plan.
There you
right?
go.
So
pros
never recommend anybody get into business, right, if they're using all of their money. Okay, so... if you want to open up a business, make sure you have the first thing, something to fall back on.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
So you start with a business plan.
Okay, there you go. Number one, the business plan, the pros and the cons,
yes,
and the description of what the business is going to be.
You have to have a analytical plan,
there
right?
You go.
You have to put pen to paper and see your costs. Let's just say I don't know shit about the car wash business.
Me neither.
So I have to do my due diligence.
Sure.
And maybe I highly suggest, you talked about a car wash, right? I'd go work at a car wash for 90 days before I spend millions of dollars.
See, now right? We're fucking talking. That's what I wanted to hear right there.
But you said car wash.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's the type of shit right there that separates your thinking from a lot of other people. Because let's just say I wanted to open up a restaurant, or somebody wanted to open up a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Very minimal people, I think, my friend, would go work at a restaurant for 90 days and learn it and then open up.
If they want to open up a restaurant, Gus, and they've never been in a fucking restaurant business, stay the fuck out of the fucking restaurant business.
And that's what I tell a lot of people too. Same thing.
Right.
Same thing.
It's not easy. But we're not talking about a restaurant.
Exactly.
You said car wash.
I said car wash.
I'm giving you an example.
Exactly.
You have a business plan.
Yep.
You see if that business plan makes sense for you.
Yep.
Okay? Then you have to see how much it's going to cost.
True.
Where's your money versus are you going to bankroll this? Or do you have an investor? What is your plan? Are you going to use the bank's money?
There you
right?
go.
So right then and there, that's when things start to fabricate into a business.
Exactly.
Right? You
come
go
to fruition.
Right. Fruition. So yes. So this is where you get your accountant involved, your business advisor. Hey, I want to open up a car wash. Okay, the car wash is going to cost, let's say, $2-3 million.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
How much are you going to put down on this? Well, let's put down 20%.
Yep.
That's
Exactly.
$600,000 cash, your money.
Exactly.
Right? And you have to be prepared not to make any money for 2 years.
100%.
Right? So people think that when they open up a business, they're going to make money right away. The first thing you have to do is just know that you need to bust your ass from 2 to 5 years.
Yep.
That's a startup business.
That's a start. That is
Yeah.
very true. It's
Yeah.
They say it takes 2 years
Right.
to build.
You're not going to the fucking Mercedes-Benz dealership anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And takes 2 years to start a business, they say, right? And then it takes 5 years to build a brand, which I agree with that timeline.
It takes longer, even longer sometimes to build a brand.
I think it takes. I think you can build like my brand. It took me just so I put it. I had other sources of income. So Food Porn Detroit didn't make one single fucking dime until 5 years in. Which was fine because I had other sources of income and I was building the brand. I made not one fucking penny, not one penny in 5 fucking years because I needed to build the brand and then make the brand strong enough to be able. Now I did it a little differently. Not a lot of people.
Right, but your brand is a little bit complex. It's not easy to build a social media presence and to get people engaged in investing.
That's very true.
What you did was not very easy.
No, it
people
was
think
not.
it's easy,
No, it's
but
not. It wasn't.
it's not.
It's not. It wasn't easy
Right.
at all. At all.
So-
fuck.
so-
the persistence alone.
Right. So the first thing you need to do is start a business plan.
Second thing would be
Second thing would be is to see if this business plan is going to be lucrative or are you just buying a job? Some people are okay with it. Some people are okay with buying a job.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
So
because
whatever the thing might
it
be, it's
makes
a car wash, restaurant, whatever. Some people want to buy a job.
it makes them feel
Yeah.
and by
They don't wanna work for anybody.
And by them buying the job, it makes them feel
There's
like they're
nothing-
their own boss.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No, a lot of people do it.
So, they're buying a job. Some people want to buy a job. A job is not hard, is not easy to find. They want to buy a job. They're going to work in the store in hopes for profits,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
In search for profits. If there's no profits, at the very least, you're taking a salary. Now, a lot of businesses can't even carry your salary, and that's when you
Very
go belly
true.
up and you put your hands up and you just say, "Hey, I fucking tried." But the worst thing you can do is, sink with your ship, because once you sink with your ship, you're gonna fucking drown.
Can I ask you something off
Yeah.
topic? Have you ever had a beard?
No.
So I'm looking at your fucking face. You got the line. It's been a 5 o'clock shadow this whole time, or
Yeah.
okay, never mind. Back to what I was saying. And you look like you could have had a beard. I'm picturing
Yeah.
you with a fucking beard.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's gonna look right on you.
No.
You're not
I got that baby face.
You're not the
man.
man for that.
Got that baby face.
You're not the guy for that one. You're not.
Plus, I'm in the restaurant business, man. I don't,
That's true, yeah.
I like to be clean. I'm
Sure.
not saying that it's not clean. It's just,
you hear that, Hasnawi? You hear that, bro?
no, you get, it can fall in people's food.
That's true. All
a-
that, yes. Very, very true.
Hygienic.
Hygiene. That's the word of the day.
Yeah.
Hygiene. All right. So number two thing, you said, let's touch on that. Basically, you were saying you want to make sure it's profitable. After your business plan, boom, get that together, bam.
Right.
Second one, you really got to make sure it's profitable. See
Right.
if it's worth your time doing what you need to do. Okay. Third thing.
Third thing is,
After you figure out, yes, fuck it, I want a car wash, I want to buy this.
well, whatever. We're not talking about car washes.
I'm
We're
just talking about for this
Third thing
conversation.
is location. Okay, make sure that your business is in a good location, right?
Got you.
If it is a retail business,
Got
you
you.
want the location, you want the traffic visibility, you want you want people to see you. You want it in a highly populated area where there's a lot of foot traffic,
course.
residential and commercial.
There
right?
you go.
And sometimes industrial.
Okay.
You want to
Exactly.
make sure that your location is spot on.
Okay, boom, location. Fourth thing, in order to obtain this, is I would imagine that at that point, the LLC, right? Starting
Yeah.
your...
Oh yeah, of course. The LLC start looking into the liability insurance and start looking into the workers' comp. You want to set your business up for success. You want to have procedures in place like an employee handbook, a training manual, a operations
You're
manual.
very, very much franchise world, which every company...
Well, no, every business should have a standard
SOP.
operating procedure.
I agree.
Yeah.
Every business should have a standard operating
You
procedure.
have to get those
But
done.
you are very...
They help you from getting sued. Do you want to get sued?
Yeah, well, my business doesn't need really...
I understand, but you do. You
have
comply.
my own- I have my own standard
I
operating-
understand, but you comply with the guidelines of social media. There's certain
Yes.
things you can't do.
That's very true.
The rules and guidelines are there for you because Instagram and Facebook has those rules already in place.
Exactly.
But you follow a fucking protocol, man.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't fucking spit.
Exactly.
I can't spit
So,
off. I can spit
yeah.
off, but I might get flagged.
Exactly. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so boom.
But you're starting a business.
Fourth thing, LLC. You get that together. You get with your attorney.
Yes.
You then say, "Hello, attorney. This is what I need. This is the name of the company, LLC." Then after the LLC, you open up a bank account connected to the LLC. Now, when it comes to that's a whole nother. That's going to be a whole nother episode. We'll talk about that when you're comfortable. That's a whole nother thing. But so. Boom, fourth, LLC, you got the location, you got the business plan, you got the do's and don'ts, you got the pros and cons, the boom, the boom, the boom. Fifth thing that you have to do.
So the fifth thing that you have to do, and it's very important, whoever is, let's just say there's construction involved or something needs to be built, a successful business needs a good lease. Okay? So I work off a certain template because I've experienced a lot of problems in the past.
Sure.
Let's just use lefties as an example.
Okay.
I negotiate my leases very thoroughly, and I make sure that I have an exclusivity in my lease so nobody can compete with me within this complex. For instance, I have a successful business, sandwich shop, hoagies. I make sure that the landlord that gave me the lease says that there's a non-compete. Nobody can come in that has cheesesteaks, subs, sandwiches. I need that exclusive.
Exactly.
Right? So exclusivity is key because...
And that was something your attorney
of course
whipped up for you. But, we're letting people know. They need to hear that.
Of course.
So,
exclusivity is key.
So then you...
Along with exclusivity, okay, is to make sure that you have a long-term lease, that you have the option to exercise an extension on the lease. Because let's just say somebody doesn't know about leases, signs a 5-year deal or a 3-year deal, and they didn't catch it. After 3 years, that landlord can kick you out of your site and have somebody come in and take your business from you.
Jeez. Yeah, that's fucked. That's why you got to
having a proper negotiated lease is very important because maybe after 3 years, the landlord doesn't want to kick you out. Maybe he wants to do something worse to you. Do you know what that is?
What's that?
If he sees you successful, if your lease is $3,000-$4,000 a month, he's going to tell you, I want 10.
And he can do that.
Of course he fucking can, because he's the fucking landlord.
Yeah.
Why is it called landlord?
Yeah.
Because he can do what the fuck he wants to do at any given time if you don't have a binding agreement with him, a binding lease.
Can I ask you, and if this is getting too personal, then just tell me. Properties on your lefties, how many do you own outright?
I own 5 properties.
5 properties.
Yes.
Outright. Plaza. The whole,
Not a plaza.
Not
The
plaza, just
freestanding buildings.
Freestanding
Yeah.
building. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I make sure that I help my franchisee.
Of course.
Because I know how important it is that, I want them to succeed. But you see a landlord that owns a strip center, right? he wants to see you succeed too. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of great landlords. A lot of my friends are landlords.
Yeah.
But you're going to have some that are, that want to be able to be, have the option to put anybody they want because they want rent, right?
Yes.
So, some subways, that are by lefties are in the same complex, believe it or not.
That's true.
Yeah. So
I have seen.
the subway didn't ask for an exclusive. So therefore, the landlord put me in there, but the landlord gave me an exclusive. Right?
Gotcha.
It's important. It's not what's said, it's how it's said. And you have to be able to put that in your leases. As long as you put that literature in your leases, you are protected.
Let me ask you something. Do you look at Subway as a direct competition to you?
I don't. But what I'm trying to say is,
what would be a direct competition? Obviously, like
like a Five Guys, a Jersey Mike's, Penn Station.
Okay,
yeah.
Jersey Mike's puts a whole okay.
Yeah, Subway's biggest competition is Subway.
Really?
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's
on another episode.
That's interesting.
But it's a true binding lease is very important because that can dictate your success too.
Exactly.
What are you going to have to do when the landlord tells you have to leave in 3 years? You have to go find a location in your area, right?
So your best bet would be if you're looking at longevity and you don't want to. Let's just say you don't know how this business is going to be, obviously, right? So you're doing all the right things. You came up with this.
You have
business
to be
plan.
smart, and you have to understand it in the lease. Mitigate your damages. Remember that word. Mitigate your damages.
Mitigate your damages.
Yes. Meaning, don't give the landlord too much power over you. Trust me, he wants you just as bad as you want him in there because he's gonna, he's got a good lease. Sure. He's got a national tenant or a good positive. Listen, you're dumping $200,000 to $300,000 in his building, right?
Easily.
He should appreciate you,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So mitigate your damages.
Exactly.
Lessen the guarantees. Don't guarantee the whole lease. Some people just don't understand. They just want to sign a lease because they don't want to pay an attorney.
Yeah.
But not knowing that attorney is going to be your best investment.
Ever.
Yeah.
Attorneys, you love them, you hate them. They're great. You want to fucking kill them.
And
right?
make sure in your lease that you don't start paying rent until you open, until your business commences. Exactly. Because if you do not do that, you'll be paying a rent without you being open, and you go dark and you're paying rent while you're dark is the worst fucking thing to start a business and you're in arrearages on rent. That is the absolute worst fucking feeling on the face of the earth
that you can do.
Oh my God, you'll never get out.
You never will. So you're starting a hole.
Signing leases is very, very important because trust me, I learned the fucking hard way. Hello?
You got your ass fucking kicked.
I got my shit pushed in, not just fucking kicked.
You ever have your hat pushed back or your shit pushed in?
Yeah.
I put my blade in, you let the fucking pin cushion. You know what I'm talking about? Eminem? Never mind. Calm down.
I don't know.
Calm the fuck down.
I think you took that to
Calm
a whole
the fuck down.
Okay, well, look, that's it's very important.
So these are the 5 steps, and I got to tell you, I didn't see that last step.
It's the most important step.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
You taught me something more on that end because I honestly didn't realize how important.
Some people even think, Gus. Some people even think that a lease is non-negotiable. Some people think that you can't negotiate a lease.
Yeah.
Some people think that that's it. This is their lease.
Which
that's
couldn't
it.
be further from the truth. I've been a landlord for over 20 years.
Of course. But a lot of people think like that, though.
Yeah.
A millionaire doctor that's just book smart and he's getting into business, and he's got his partner that just wants to hurry up and push this guy to sign the lease so they don't get an attorney and nobody, there's no legal representation and they sign their lease. They could be signing their life away, man.
It's true, bro.
True. So, it's just work smarter, not harder. and be smart and set yourself up for success,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And that's all there is to it, because all we're trying to do here is make sure you guys are listening, so we can you can learn and then you can lead.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, learn, lead. That's our mantra here at Success Loading. Yes.
You want to fucking listen to me. You need to listen to me.
Yeah, you do.
You know why?
do.
Because this is free fucking advice.
This is free advice. Just like Jay-Z said. He's like, what was he saying in one track? He's like, yo, I'm giving you $1 million advice for $9.99. You know what I mean? Like, literally, that's exactly what's happening. That's what this fucking podcast is about, to get these young entrepreneurs to understand.
Remember what we said at the very first fucking episode. Success is not measured in how much money you have. Success is measured in how you make others successful. And all I'm trying to do is putting you on the path to greatness, right? I'm just trying to give you the tools to succeed. Whatever you do with them is your fucking prerogative.
Yep.
All I'm doing is just giving you pointers of what could help you.
And that's what that's all about right there, bro. You heard it right here. Success Loading. Listen, learn, lead. I'm Food Porn Detroit. If you don't live life, you don't taste life. And this is my boy Sam Barry. And if you don't eat left,
you don't eat right, baby.
we out here, baby. Get it.